Oh boy, we have had one whiny morning. I don't know what was traipsing around here. Let's go. Let's go. Last night while I was gone, but it has him all worked up this morning. Oops, hold on, hold on. Oh, I hope you're not going to have an issue with this today. Hey. You should stay there. Come on. And as you can hear, we're still whining. So I don't know if it's a herd of raccoons or what went through, but dang. Left a lot of scent, whatever it was. I did have a little bit of rain last night. I don't know, maybe if I wrapped it the other way. I don't know. Didn't have any problems, then we did. May just be the way the cloth is going around the rings. Oh. And yesterday, unfortunately, I do not like, I really don't, no matter what people think, or how it may sometimes appear. I truly do not like confrontation. I prefer amicable agreements and everybody ending up happy. However, I'm in my late 50s. I've been dealing with swinging dicks all my life that think that just because they have got helicopter, that they know more, are more capable, yada yada. I'm sorry, talk about the little brain, but that's exactly what it is. It's a little brain, and it has nothing to do with competency. No more so than being female does. And I can go ahead and just ignore and stroke the little ego, to accomplish my means when necessary. Know it's there, don't care, just need to get things finished, things accomplished. However, don't like bullies even less. And I don't care what it's attached to. And if you're a fucking bully, yeah, we're gonna have an issue. And so anyway, obviously someone who is quite comfortable in bully behavior and not comfortable with females who don't take it. Thank you. They were accustomed to females bowing down to them. It was evident. Hold on. Hold on. Over here. And so, oh damn, we got a stray dog. Piss, piss, piss. Oh baby, go back home, please go back home. Is that what you smelled last night, baby? I think that was probably it. So we will probably not be doing a full walk because I don't want to go down around that corner. Damn it. Hold on now. So anyway, we had the issue of the trailer being left by the yard salers for a week and not coming in the yard sailing. Hold on. Over, 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 over. Stay, stay. Okay. And then I had two of my yard sailor friends that have been very polite show up. And the trailer was, of course, in the way. Hold on. Bravo. Never mind. Go ahead. But at this point, my friend who owns the property, she's more than a mite put out. And it's like, I don't know them. But I will get contact information, as soon as I see them. So I told my yard selling friends yesterday morning, I said, hey, if he shows up, let him know I need to talk to him. Come get me and let me know, whatever. Well, I just finished up my walk with Bravo. And one of my yard sale friends, she indicated to me, come on now. She was pointing like he was over there. I was like, oh, okay, great. Well, not only was he over there, but he was trying to hoof it into his fucking vehicle and leave, which was no big deal until I learned later what had transpired before I got there. So anyway, he's climbing into his truck, and I had to yell, hold up, And he did, and I said, okay. I said, leaving it for days is a problem. If you're going to be back the next day. And he said, well, I talked to so-and-so. And he said he's in charge of this. I said, well, no. Okay. That is not correct. And here's what I'm saying. If you're going to be back the next day, we have no problem. You pick up after yourself. Everything's good. It's great. However, you can't leave it here. That's a liability for my friend. Leaving your property on her property. And he's like, I understand all about liability. That's great. And we don't have a problem. He said, I'll get it out of here today. He said, but he said that he was in charge of it and he collects all the rents and everything. I said, well, no. Okay, let's go. That's not true for this property. I am the only person paying rent on this property. I am responsible for this property. Bravo, quit pulling, honey. And so I said, regardless, I need your contact information because I need to pass it on to the owner. And here's mine. Well, he had a younger man in the vehicle with him, possibly his son, because everything was amicable at first until he starts telling me about how somebody else told him, and well, the men have it all worked out. Okay, now we have a problem. Not only is the property owner a woman, so am I. So he's gonna have a problem. And Bravo, over. Stay. Thank you. Okay. And I really hated it. We've had many cordial conversations, friendly conversations, downright friendly conversations. And I hated that he behaved in this manner. I was like, okay, you're gonna talk just, okay, we'll talk just straight boy talk. Here it is. No, what you were told was wrong. This is how it is. I need your contact information. Here's my contact information if you have any questions. And you will not be allowed to leave it overnight anymore if you are not going to be back the following morning. So I'm still being pretty easygoing at this point. Hold up. And I said, and then we should all be fine. Everybody will be happy. He's in a huff. He takes off, leaving his trailer. So then I learn, after he leaves, that my friend, both of them actually, had told him that I needed to speak with him whenever he got there. And he made the comment, he didn't have anything to say to me. And I didn't have anything he needed to hear. That kind of put things in a new light about hopping in the vehicle before I had an opportunity to talk to him. That changed everything. So anyway, I just messaged the owner and I said, hey, when you're up and about, give me a call. So I let her know what had transpired. And I said, yeah, I tried to be cordial about the whole thing, but she's like, no, it's a done deal. No, it's done. He will not be allowed to use the property at all. So, all right. She said, no, I hate he put you in that position. Where you had to choose between being ugly just for him to behave like a decent human being. And she said, no, not okay. I don't want him there. All right. So I can't disagree with her. She said, no, you have a business you have to look out for. You don't need to be making enemies and that sort of thing. It's like, yeah, I don't want my friend being put in a bad position, liability-wise, by somebody taking advantage of her. And she's like, I understand that, I appreciate that, but you have a business, you take care of your business, and da-da-da. Okay. So, anyway, the big world of difference between man business and woman business is very often woman business is women looking out for each other and not about competition or anything else. Not about who's more of a woman if they're tougher in business. I dealt with that shit back in the 80s and 90s. And those women were, I appreciate all the trails they blazed, but damn, did they leave some broken women carcasses in their wake. Bravo, please quit pulling. The 80s and 90s, I watched women totally destroy other women. It's horrible. Hold on. Okay. Professionally. Corporate world, and it's disgusting. It's like, do you really think you're ever going to be part of the boys' team? Never. As long as there is a boys' team, you will not be qualified. So, my God, don't toss other women under the bus for it. Come on, further down. Further down. Whoa. Okay. Come on, over here. Buddy, that pulling is enough, okay? It's not like you're actually walking past her, you're just pulling. Come on, we're going inside. We are dang sure not going down there. Oh, piss. Rock. Come on now. You got stuff all over your bottom. Well, we're not using the Tick Factory wiper gun. Come on. Let's come over here. Hold on. Hold on. Stay still. There we go. Okay, that's better. Okay. Hold on. Stay. 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 Okay, come on. Just want to make sure that stray hadn't started working its way down here. Okay, hold up. Here we go. Bravo, over here. Hey. I know you're smelling that dog everywhere.